I haven't done a video in a long time, mostly because Silver hasn't done something in a long time. I'm sick this weekend. 4 days I haven't left the house. So maybe something good will come out of this that I make a video. And I haven't even checked my comments or checked my inbox on the YouTube thing. So I've been watching YouTube, like seeing my subscription feed. I watch videos on YouTube, especially songs. I like to listen to albums that are on, music albums on YouTube, but really not participating much, just observing. And because I'm sick, these bags under my eyes are bigger than usual because, you're sick, stuff like that happens. My voice is maybe like Barry White's. I don't know. Anyhow, yeah, the last 2 years, really not much has happened with silver, price-wise and news-wise. And it's fascinating how the financial crisis, like 2008-9, they did all this stuff, and things really haven't changed since then. And one thing I think the last 8-9 years has showed us is that we really don't know what's going on in this monetary system, banking system. And I'm going to use an analogy. So, the end of last year, the biggest chess story probably in the history of chess was when Google's neural net, AlphaZero, taught itself chess in 4 hours with no outside human help. So AlphaZero spends 4 hours learning chess and then beats the strongest chess computer in the world without losing a match. I mean, it either won or drew, which is amazing. Out of 100 games, for this neural net not to lose a single game against the previously strongest chess computer. Now, these chess computers are so strong, they're much stronger than any human, and this neural net in 4 hours taught itself, and then it went out to beat. And that's only the tip of the iceberg. In one day, it taught itself Go, chess, and shogi, and became the world champion in all three. So here's how this relates to the markets and so forth. Those Wall Street firms have more money than we can even imagine. So I tell you, when it comes to trading and markets and so forth, they've had something the equivalent of AlphaZero around, or many of them, for years, because money attracts these things. Same thing with our intelligence agencies and the governments and central banks. They have tons of money and resources. And this AlphaZero thing took me by surprise. I didn't even realize that Google was going to tackle chess until it happened. And then all of a sudden, I see the news and I go over the games, and it's the most spectacular chess I've ever seen. And in 4 hours, it taught itself chess. So, while I really don't trust the underpinnings of this system, they've got some really powerful artificial intelligence work in these markets, both, in private and public realms, government and Wall Street and every intelligence agency. In addition to having number crunching, they've got sentiment crunching. They've got Facebook, the internet, people's opinions, all in there. For all we know, some Wall Street firm has some giant AlphaZero human code cracking, human behavior thing, and I don't know. It's just like we're starting to get to a science fiction future right now. So when it comes to these markets, it's bizarre. And as you all been reading, that 8 people own as much stuff is the bottom half of the world, and that trend is increasing. So really, fewer and fewer people are controlling more of the wealth, and they have at their access these powerful computers and software, and it's kind of staggering. I mean, people make money in the markets, they make money trading, but it seems like the lion's share of this is going to a handful of people. And when you expand that, not just the billion billionaires, but the 100 millionaires, right? People born with this money, they hire people to make them richer. So all this stuff goes to the top, and a lot of those people are getting this wealth because they were born into it. There was a video I saw with the heiress of Disney, this woman, regular looking woman, the kind of woman, you see next door, who's like a billionaire because she inherited it, and now they hire people, they hire the best of the best to make them even more money, while the average person has seen no increase in their wealth. Those at the top have gotten it hand over fist. So I guess this is a revolution in the wrong direction. Like in the last, 8 years, this is accelerated, but you barely hear about it. And people go nuts over things that are tiny in the big scheme of things. So it's like we're headed to some science fiction future where a few people will own everything, but we don't have to work because machines do all the work. Like robots, that's how you pronounce it, robots, right? Robots are going to take over all manual jobs. We're going to have like AlphaZero neural nets taking over white collar jobs. So basically, in a big corporation, you'll have a handful of people running like billion-dollar corporations, which means what will everybody else do? Become what? Massage therapists and yoga teachers? Well, actually, I teach yoga twice a week now. Maybe that's my career path. I'm teaching yoga twice a week. Teaching chess too. But, excuse me. Really, yeah, mind-blowing. And another point is that when YouTube was rocking with like the precious metals, silver, economic collapse thing, it was very engaging. I was very involved with it. And that kind of really died down. And I got involved with Survivor. I mean, watching it. Like, I binge watched like almost all the seasons. Then I started binge watching Big Brother. That's almost like a YouTube thing, but like I'm watching it, but it's more overhyped. I don't know. But really, and finally, is this cryptocurrency thing. That guy, Tai Lopez, I gotta see that guy's ads every time I go to YouTube. And then there's this, who's that guy? The quote, the Bitcoin currency genius. He looks like I used to look with the wild hair, and he's got his glasses and this smug smirk. Bitcoin genius, what? What? I mean, I don't know. But, anyhow, this Bitcoin thing are the cryptocurrencies. America's only a small part of this market. Half of Bitcoin is Japanese, right? If you look at the things, more Bitcoins are traded in yen than dollars. Korea has a bigger stake than Americans do. So in the past, when I was looking at this sentiment for Bitcoin, I said this is kind of stupid. Well, that didn't matter because most of the market is not English speakers. So gauging the sentiment really wasn't meaningful because most of the market, I had to speak Korean and Japanese to really get a grip on the market. And I think it's like for Bitcoin, it was a lot of like libertarians promoting it, But really, it was the Japanese and the Koreans that took this thing off. I mean, Satoshi, supposedly the founder, is a Japanese name. And so with Bitcoin, I still don't trust the exchanges. I still don't trust you can get your money out. A lot of people apparently made a lot of money. But, I mean, my state of well-being has been very stable the last few years. When the precious metals are flying high, it had an impact on my psyche. I was like I was like revved up like every day with this markets going up, and it's like I've been a lot calmer the last 2 years. I mean, silver's done nothing in the last 2 years. Not much in the last, especially the last 2 years hasn't really moved much. So, I just want to say, like, for messages, yeah, I haven't really been checking them, and the YouTube thing, I guess it lost its novelty. Also, it was like a failed revolution. I thought there was going to be a revolution, but really, I guess when you have more to eat and things aren't quote good, but you're still kind of prospering. Just I don't know. But thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.